Good morning, my dear children. Welcome back to class 11 microeconomics class. Demand function. So what is demand function? Demand function expresses the functional relationship between demand of the commodity and various factors affecting it. So we know about the various factors affecting demand. Then the relationship between those factors and demand is known as demand function. So in other words, demand function describes the relationship between quantities of the commodity which consumer demand during a specified period and the factor which influence demand. Okay. So demand function explains the relationship between the demand for a commodity and the factors determining demand. So it gives functional relation between demand and its factors. So we know that there are two types of demand. So there are two types of demand function. They are individual demand function and market demand function. Mathematically, this relation can expressed like individual demand function can expressed by dx is equal to f of px, pr, y, tnp and e. That is, demand is the function of price of the commodity, price of the related goods, income of the commodity, taste and preference of the commodity and expectation about future. Then market demand function can expressed by dx is equal to f of px, pr, y, tnp, e and yds. That is, demand of x is the function of price of the x, price of related goods, income of the consumer, taste and preference of the consumer, expectation about future, number of consumer in a market, then income distribution and also season. So this is the indication of individual demand function and market demand function. Today we are going to explain more about individual demand function. Before that, we have to know about what do you mean by shift in demand curve. Okay. So shift in demand curve. From the diagram, you can understand what you mean by shift in demand curve. So here D1 is the main demand curve. So D1 to D3, that is, this is D3 curve, is a inward shift or leftward shift of demand curve. So less in demand at each market price or same market price. There is no change in market price. At the same time, demand is shifts to left. That is known as leftward shift. So leftward shift of demand curve means change in demand due to or decrease in demand due to other factors other than price is known as leftward shift in demand curve. Then the movement from demand curve D1 to D2 is the rightward shift of demand curve. Okay, that means outward shift of demand curve. So if there is any increase in demand due to other factors other than price is known as rightward shift in demand curve. Rightward shift in demand curve means increase in demand without any change in price. Then leftward shift means decrease in demand without any change in price. Okay. So students, keep it in mind. So we are moving on to the topic individual demand function. Okay. So what do you mean by individual demand function? The relationship between demand for a commodity and its various determinants by a individual household is known as individual demand function. So what are the determinants of individual demand? They are price of the commodity, price of the related goods, income of the consumer, taste and preference of the consumer, expectation about future. So first factor of demand is price of the commodity. So what is the relationship between price of the commodity and its demand? So we have already discussed about law of demand. In law of demand, it states that there is a negative relationship between price of the commodity and demand. Okay. So other thing being equal, there is negative relation between price of commodity and quantity demanded of commodity. The next factor is change in price of related goods. So what is the relationship between price of related goods on demand? Okay. So price of related goods also influence the demand of a commodity. When change in price of one good affect the demand of other good, then it is called cross demand. Okay. So the change in price of one good affect the demand of other good is known as cross demand. So there are two types of related goods: substitute goods and complementary goods. So substitute goods are the goods which can be used in place of each other, okay, in consumption. For example, tea and coffee. We can either use tea or coffee. We can substitute each other. So such goods are known as substitute goods. Then complementary goods. These are the goods which should be consumed together to obtain satisfaction. For example, car and petrol, pen and ink. So let's check effect of change in price of substitute goods on demand. A rise in price of one good leads to an increase in demand of its substitute. For example, a rise in price of coffee leads to an increase in demand of tea. This is because as price of coffee rises, its demand falls, causing rise in demand of tea. So if the price of coffee increases, what happens? The consumer will reduce the consumption of coffee and buy more tea. So demand for tea will increase. So the demand curve of tea would shift to its right. Okay. So if the increase in the price of coffee leads to decrease in demand of coffee, that leads to increase in demand of tea. Okay. So there is rightward shift in the demand curve of tea due to increase in price of coffee. Okay. Then second situation, fall in price of one good leads to fall in demand of its substitute. For example, fall in price of coffee leads to fall in demand of tea. This is because as price of coffee falls, its demand rises, causing fall in demand of tea. That means consumer will buy more coffee because its price is decreased. Okay. So the demand curve of tea would shift to its left. And next is effect of change in price of complementary goods on demand of a commodity. So first situation, with the rise in the price of complementary good, the demand of the other commodity falls. For example, if the rise in the price of car, the demand of the commodity, the complementary commodity, that is petrol, falls. This is because of fall in demand of car. If there is no car, there is no use of petrol. Then in the second situation, a fall in the price of complementary good causes increase in demand of the other good, other complementary good. So from our example, if a fall in price of car causes increase in demand of the petrol. This is because of rise in demand of car. If there is fall in the price of car, the demand of car will increase. So automatically the demand for petrol also increases. So the demand curve for petrol shift to rightward. And the third factor of individual demand curve is, or individual demand function is, what? Income of the consumer. So let us check the effect of change in income of a consumer on demand of a commodity. So commodity may be classified into two types, normal goods and inferior goods. So what do you mean by normal goods, or what are the difference between normal good and inferior goods? So normal goods refers to those goods whose demand increases with an increase in income. That means if income increases, the demand for normal good also increase. There is a positive relation with income and normal goods, demand of normal goods. Then for example, full cream milk is a normal goods. Its demand increases with an increase in income. Then what about inferior goods? Inferior goods refers to those goods whose demand decreases with an increase in income. So there is a negative relation between income and demand for inferior goods. For example, toned milk is an inferior good if its demand decreases with an increase in income. So when a demand of a commodity increases with increase in income, that good is known as normal goods. Then if the demand of good decreases due to increase in income is termed as inferior goods. Okay. So first of all, let's explain about effect of change in income on demand of a normal good. As we discussed earlier, with increase in the income of individual, the demand for normal good rises. So the demand curve of such good shifts to its right. Then with the decrease in income of a consumer, his demand for normal good falls and demand curve shifts to left. Then in the case of inferior good, with rise in income of a consumer, demand for inferior good falls. Then the demand curve of inferior good shifts to left. Then with the fall in income of a consumer, the demand of inferior good rises. So the demand curve of such good will shift to right. So consumer would like to buy superior good when his income increases. At the same time, with the fall in income of a consumer, the demand of inferior good rises, as the consumer is not in a position to afford superior or normal goods. So he will demand more of inferior goods. So the demand curve shifts to right. That means demand will increase for inferior goods. Okay. Then the fourth factor of individual demand function is taste and preference of the consumer. How it will affect the demand of a commodity. So if taste and preferences are in favor of the commodity, the demand rises and demand curve shifts to right. Then if tastes and preferences are against the commodity, demand falls and the curve shifts to left without any change in price. Then the last factor is expectation of buyers. Then how it will affect the demand of the commodity. The expectation about the future is another factor which influences the demand of a commodity. Suppose if the consumer expects the price of commodity to rise in future, he will buy more at existing price, or regardless of price, he will buy more. So the demand curve shifts to right. Then if the consumer expects the price to fall in future, he will not buy at existing price, he will buy less at the same prices. Then demand curve shift to left. Okay, so this is the effect of change in expectation of future by the buyer or demand of the commodity. Market demand function. So what is the market demand function? So it shows the relationship between demand for a commodity and its various determinants by all the consumer in a market. Not only an individual but all the consumer in a market. That is known as market demand function. Let us find out the effect of change in size of population or market size N, that is on the demand of a commodity. There are two situations. First one, if size of population or the number of consumer in a market increases, the market demand of the commodity will also rise. So what happened to market demand curve? The market demand curve of the commodity will shift into its right. Then the second situation, if size of population decreases. Size of population means the amount, the number of people in a market decreases. The market demand of the commodity will fall and the market demand curve will shift into its left. Then the seventh factor of market demand is the distribution of income. If distribution of income is equal, the demand of the commodity will come from all the sections of society. So market demand will rise and the demand curve will shift to right. If the distribution of income is unequal, that means there should be two types of people, rich and poor. So unequal distribution means rich become more rich and poor become more poor. So all the sections of the society may not be able to demand equally because there are rich and poor. So market demand would fall and market demand curve will shift into its left. The last factor which is determining demand of a commodity is season and climate. So what are the effect of season and climate on the demand of a commodity? We know that season and climate affect the market demand for a commodity. So for example, during winter season, demand for woolen cloth increases. In the rainy season, demand for umbrellas increases. Then the demand for ice cream will be more in summer but less in winter. So this indicates the relationship between season and demand.